Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Now, say my name.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. That's never happened to me before.
Shit. I've been waiting for you.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Two of you need help.
And welcome back to Deadwire Live number 34, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining in and tuning in. We got one of our favorite buddies back. Welcome back, Skeets. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, everybody. Good. Happy to be back.
Good to see you.
What you been up to? Working?
Weddings. But now that's all done. And I got some free weekends for a while, so good to go. Be back on the show.
Yeah, glad to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, how you been doing, buddy? I know you got some stuff going on, but that's up to you if you want to share or not. But
you know what? Let's just say life's been happening. But I was really looking forward to being back on here tonight because it's gonna be a good time.
Goddamn right, Kevin. You look
what?
Right.
Dude,
Get to fucking work.
I got a headache out to here. Like, I started work on this shit, Wednesday night? We were like, you know what? Let's get to work a little early this week. We'll get a head start since I'm working during the day. I got like 20 pictures in and then realized today that it was New York Comic Con this weekend. So there was like 20 more to do this afternoon.
If you didn't do them, we could just pull up like Twitter posts and whatnot.
No, I got a bunch of shit done, but it was like right at the skin of my teeth. I'm like, I'm playing 16 minutes of my Harry Potter game and fuck you guys.
And if Kevin was late, that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I would have been doing anyway. Yes.
Right on. Yeah, not much happening over here. However, I have celebrated my anniversary with my wife. She had her birthday a week ago as well. And next week is our 3-year anniversary of the stream. And it is also my birthday. So
yeah.
We'll be having some fun on that stream.
Excellent.
So looking forward to having everybody with us.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, let's kick this shit off in style, brother.
All right. So, like we talk about all the time, every once in a while, we got to kick this show off with the bad news.
No.
Unfortunately,
So Marvel news.
there was no
Acolyte news.
there was no obituaries this week.
No?
No, because boy band singers aren't real musicians.
Oh. Especially if they're going in the wrong direction. Not just
Come
one
on.
direction.
They just come out the new album From the Top.
I have jokes, but I'll be sensitive.
Are you sure about that, Kevin?
I was about to say since when?
I was gone for a while, but I mean,
They were
that long? I mean,
They were very impacting. Anyway,
Okay.
Like a colon.
so nobody died, but
no. Jake Lee.
nobody died, but not for lack of trying. So-
Yeah. I heard about this.
the guitarist who took over for Randy Rhoads after he passed away for Ozzy was shot randomly in Las Vegas as he's walking around Vegas just having his morning constitutional. Some cat shot him randomly 6 times
Jesus.
and
Wow.
he lived.
Yep.
Like, he's telling the tale. Like, it was like that scene in The Naked Gun where they shoot OJ like 30 fucking times and miss every single major organ. And the guy that fucking shot him was just losing his shit. Like, I shot him 6 times.
And he fired like 8 bullets at him.
Oh God.
Lewis. Ah.
Wow.
And then speaking of nut job musicians, there's supposed to be another Van Halen reunion. And when they
Dang,
talked
it's
about doing a memorial to Eddie, fucking David lost his fucking shit, went through the roof, and called the whole shit off. But it's like, stop working with David Lee Roth for the last 40
He'll
years.
never go back, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never been sane. He's never gonna be sane. He's always been a David Lee Roth fan, never a Van Halen fan.
Right.
Yep.
That's just always the way it's been. I know they've got their fucking issues with Sammy and all that, but golly, like doing shit with David Lee Roth does no favors for anyone in that band.
It's
And it
basically
never
asking
ends
for
well.
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, he never will. All the years in the music industry, I mean, he was screwed over by everybody. And he screwed them over. Then they screwed him over more. Then he screwed him over more. And then they're like, hey, let's cut the crap, put everything to the side. Let's get back together. And he's like, yeah. Let's do that. Then they all got together and he's like, everyone's waiting for him. He's like, nah, screw you guys. It's like, it was never ever going to happen unless everybody dies in the band except for him. He'll go, yeah, I'll get it back together now.
Yeah, and we'll call it Van Halen.
Herman from South Park. Screw you guys. I'm going up.
Yeah.
I'm going home. I'm going to do cocaine at home.
Yeah.
Lots of cocaine because it's
a
crazy
hell of a
Dave.
drug.
Yep.
But speaking of clowns, so Terrifier 3 beat the pants off Joker this weekend and last weekend.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to. Last weekend we talked about how they are projecting that Joker's second weekend was going to take a 60% dip or a 60% hit.
Yep.
We found out the next day that was not true. It took an 82% hit.
Ooh.
82%.
And so far this weekend, about 63 to 65% dip from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And available to stream very soon, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
On October 29th, in fact. Like,
Yep.
this week was a horrible week for Joker. Like,
it's a goddamn record, everybody.
people were wanting their money back. People are wanting to get ticket sales. They want to get their tickets reversed, not just the money back from seeing the picture.
Wow.
They just don't even want to go see the movie now. They heard what happens. They want their ticket money back.
Yep.
And I know David Zaslav somewhere is like shaking his tits to fucking Springtime for Hitler, but golly, this is horrible for people that really like movies and love fucking comic books and stuff, man. And Todd Phillips had his vision for his opus, but keep it to yourself, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
No one wanted to see it in the first place.
Well, for a year, for the longest time, Phillips was like, I don't want to do a sequel. I don't want to do a sequel. I don't want to do a sequel. Everybody was saying they didn't want to do a sequel. They finally backed up the Brinks truck to them both, to all parties involved. And we're like, hey, the first one did $1 billion on a modest budget, and we didn't get a bigger cut of the profits as everybody else did because there was multiple investors involved. This time around, we'll front all the money. We'll get all the billions of dollars. And then they realize, oh, all the creative freedom we just gave Todd Phillips, he just made his own fucking movie. DC and Warner Brothers had no involvement in final cut, final say on any of this. And when they finally got through it, it's like, oh, this is the movie we got. Shit. And now they're left holding the bag because this happened. This was put in production before Zaslav took over. So,
that's
the previous
true.
regime. So he's cleaning up a mess again. But they were not expecting this to actually be a mess because this was one of those. Joker was an anomaly. Lightning struck. Don't try and get it to strike twice. This was a bad call from the word go. But from what I hear, it's well shot. It looks good. All the acting is good. But, ever since they announced the second one, it's been like, yo, this is not a great idea. I was fine with just one.
It would have been so hard to make up from the first one. The first one was really brilliant. And I was like, oh, they're doing the second one? Boy, they're really going to have to top the first one, big one. And then I started seeing, I'm like, oh, maybe they could do it. And then it got closer and closer, and I saw more trailers, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, I know. When the first trailers came out, I'm like, I'm game, but I don't know about this. And I still haven't gone to see it. And I usually watch anything Batman related in the movie theaters. I'm usually one of the first people there.
Yep.
So
Even my wife was like, I'm going to get us tickets to go see Joker 2 for opening weekend. I'm like, hold off. I said, let's see what everyone says after the first weekend. And yeah, after the first weekend, I was showing her, she's like, oh, it went really bad? Ooh, good thing we didn't go. I'm like, yeah, that was a close one.
I thought people were clowning it, no pun intended. I thought people were like bullshitting.
Well,
on
yeah.
I
the
thought so
internet.
too at first, but then it kept going and going. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, golly, that was like the worst fucking ending to a movie that you could possibly think of, let alone the worst ending for the Joker movie that you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was not a good thing for Harley Quinn, the character.
No.
No.
Like, she's an up and comer that's gonna like do great things for some female actor, like whether it be Haley Kukau or Margot Robbie or somebody else in the future. Harley Quinn's going to be some great vehicle for somebody's career. Let's not fuck that character up just quite yet. Like, I don't know. Like, it was great that they had her playing Harley Quinn. What they did with Harley Quinn in this movie was not great.
All right.
Yeah.
And from all accounts, everybody said like Lady Gaga actually did a not so bad job, but she's only in the movie for like 7 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Total.
Ooh.
It's like, wow, you paid her $12 million for like what, 3 weeks, and then she goes on paid vacation for the next like 45 days of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So
And
it
they
was
don't
basically
get
an
your money, girl.
overglorified cameo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need that job.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
think we all need that job.
You know, one thing I will say is the soundtrack to it was pretty fucking spot on. I did dig that.
That is one comment I have heard is like the soundtrack's pretty good. Not exactly like they're singing verses, but the actual soundtrack to the movie is really good.
No,
Yeah,
I
took
like
a look at that.
I liked her cover of Get Happy. Like, I'm a huge Judy Garland fan. So it's like when I saw that Lady Gaga was singing a Judy Garland song, I was like, ah, yay. And it was really, really good. Not as good as Judy, but that was the song's fault, not the vocal.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's gonna fix a shitty movie. I just downloaded the song from Spotify is all.
Yep. That's the way to go. I don't know. Eventually I will watch Joker 2, but it's not anytime soon. It's basically at the bottom of a barrel, and I might still not even ever watch the damn thing. I had more fun watching Terrifier 3, honestly.
That's a series I got to get into.
I
haven't watched.
If you're okay with gore,
oh yeah,
then yeah, hell yeah. Like I know Justin, he's in our chat right now. Star Wars Marvel purist. He and I have both seen the movie. He loves it. I loved it too. And I actually went back and I watched the first two. And watching them back to back and then going into the third one was the way to go.
Yeah, nice. I got them marked to watch soon, and
they're on Prime free. So
yeah, that's why I got to watch them. So, but my wife's like, "Well, I kind of want to watch it too." So maybe tomorrow night we'll start tackling into it.
I think the first one's really good. Second one's like, whoa! They ramped it up, and it was almost like watching Batman Begins to The Dark Knight. And the third one is what Dark Knight Rises should have been like, where it just went epically awesome. So it's a solid trilogy. I know there's a fourth movie, but that's more of a All Hallows Eve, and it's just a small segment of the film. So
sorry, I got caught up on Dark Knight Rises for a second and started hearing Bane in my head, so I apologize.
Do your Bane impression, Kevin.
Do you think that gives you power over me? Anyway.
I want to see Damian Leone and the guy who plays Art the Clown actually do a Joker movie. Now that would be fucking dope.
Yeah.
Well, the guy who plays Art the Clown has actually done fan films as Joker, and everybody loves him.
Cool. I mean, yeah. That having been said, this does mark the second time that Michael Keaton has kicked the Joker's ass.
Well done.
Nice.
Beetlejuice beat out the Joker again.
We'll never get our Batman Beyond movie. God damn it.
And speaking of Psycho clowns, they have announced that they are remaking American Psycho.
Why?
Yeah, I can see this.
Because the first movie had nothing to do with the book, or had very little to do with the book.
Yeah, and the sequel had nothing to do with the first movie.
Yeah. Like I've seen 2 minutes of the sequel, and I was like, this is doo-doo. The first movie is fun. It is fun. It's not good.
Oh yeah.
But it is fun. Like Christian Bale has some really good one-liners. The soundtrack alone is worth watching the movie for.
Great soundtrack.
Don't stare at it. Eat it.
Yeah. But I read the book in college just before I got into Clive Barker, and the whole scene about going down on the chick and seeing psycho clowns and stuff. I was kind of like, that sounds like a book that I could read. I don't know why, but if you guys say I should read that, maybe I should read that. And then after that, I got into Clive Barker. Go figure. So
well done.
I don't know, like, if this is going to be a bad thing per se. Like, I don't think there needs to be a franchise revival for American Psycho.
No,
because it doesn't need to be a franchise by any means.
No.
But maybe a better version of it. I don't know.
Hey, I'm open to it. It's not a problem. Now, if you're just trying to base it like off of the movie and remaking the movie itself, I'd be like, why?
Yeah.
But doing another version of the book, I don't have a problem with that. It could be really good, could be bad.
Yeah.
But it's also been like 24 years. So
yeah. Got $1, it's going to be a woman this time instead of a guy.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's what the sequel was, wasn't it?
I never watched the second one, so I can't even speak to that. I know of it.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and woes for Warner Brothers. So they were like throwing their fucking like pubic money all the fucking out at Nolan. Like, please come back to us, make your next movie with us. And he was like, well, we'll see. They gave him a blank check for Tenet. We'll see. No, he's still going to make his next movie with Universal again.
Well, they fucking did him dirty at Warner Brothers. And he's well within his rights to be like, fuck you.
Well, kind of, yes. But he is a fantastic filmmaker. Truly fantastic filmmaker. I just didn't like his Dark Knight trilogy. Like as a whole, it's not my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. But he's done like Interstellar. He's done like
the Prestige will like drop your jaw.
Yeah.
Like it's a dope flick. And I have no doubt that Oppenheimer is every bit as good as everyone says it is.
That was almost his next movie at Warner Brothers until they pissed him off. Then he was like, you know what? I'm out of here and I'm taking this movie with me.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, fuck him. Yeah. And I'm guessing at this point in history, it is Zaslav that pissed him off. Can I say fuck?
It was the decision making when COVID first hit, and they decided to put his movie on streaming instead of in theaters or whatever they were doing. He did not like how that went down. Or if it was day and date, like both theater and streaming at the same time, it was that he did not approve of. They didn't even talk to him. They didn't even ask him. They didn't say one boo word to him. They just were like, hey, we're making this decision, so fuck you. And he's like, okay, fuck me. All right, bye. They just didn't treat him with respect, and they were basically like, get the fuck out of here if you feel that way. So he did. He got the fuck out, and then they regretted it like, oh shit, he actually left. Shouldn't have called his bluff, dumbasses.
He got an Oscar? Shit.
I mean, his production company will still work with Warner Brothers, but he will not specifically work with them on any of his personal projects. So.
I'm okay with that. Like Warner Brothers has a deep, long history of fucking up everything wonderful. That includes his movies. So
Mhm.
I don't know. But
The
at the same
Mummy.
time, don't.
Why do you think I said it?
Speaking of things that are getting better, not worse. So Gil Keenan and Jason Reitman did say that yes, they are confirming that there are more Ghostbusters movies confirmed. They're not just planned; they are confirmed. So Frozen Empire was not going to be the last movie. I said it wasn't going to be. People were saying the $200 million that it made wasn't enough. It was. They kept it in the theater long enough. It made its money that they wanted, and it's a strong enough franchise. I'm sorry Frozen Empire wasn't the movie people wanted.
Yeah.
It was still fun. It was still a good leading into the summer movie. It was better than what most people gave it credit for.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with just a lot of online shit talkers, like your
Oh
troll.
yeah.
There's a little bit of that, but the movie is a bit of a mess. And it's edited poorly, and it was missing Jason Reitman keeping a lid on shit because they had like way too many plots going on. And I know, the little Egon girl, I forgot what her actual name was.
Phoebe,
yeah, but the insinuation that she might have a gay relationship with a female ghost, like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's projecting. It wasn't even implied. Like, two young girls can be fucking close friends and not feel like that. So thinking it was woke, it wasn't fucking woke. But it had a lot of problems.
Hey, but
I still had a fun time when I left that theater. I'm like, I actually had fun with that. I can think a movie is not good and still have a fun time with it. That is a thing.
Yes, and really, like, how many of the Ghostbusters movies are good?
One,
two, like, I'd say
Afterlife, maybe, yeah.
Afterlife and Part 1.
Yeah. Agreed.
Part 2 is an absolute mess. It's edited really poorly. Like,
yeah,
if you haven't read the book, there's some scenes in Part 2 that make no fucking sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like, I don't talk about the Paul Feig one, but like, Frozen Empire wasn't bad at all. Like, it could have been a little bit longer. They could have taken the whole melody aspect out of it. That would have been fine. Like, her character just wasn't necessary to tempt Phoebe to
Phoebe. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. It took away time that could have been used for Garaka.
Exactly.
Yes.
They didn't need the fire boy.
Oh, but I liked him.
Oh, he was fun. Come on, you gotta admit, the proton stream curving before it can hit Paul Rudd in the face, that was a pretty badass shot.
Yeah, but I love his line of, I'll go back to Queens, you go back to Narnia or wherever you come from. Yep. We'll just call the whole thing off. So, but go ahead.
What I liked, though, is they did kind of, it felt like they were building a lot more of the world.
Yes.
In Frozen Empire. And that's something the franchise has needed for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this is why, because everyone wants to see the core four. We're not going to see the core four anymore. We can't see the core four anymore.
Period.
We need to see the Spanglers. So it needs to branch out to the Spangler family. That's just the way it has to be. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, go make fan films.
And honestly, seeing the family dynamic, especially with Gruberson trying to find his footing on where exactly, he called himself the step teacher at the beginning of the movie, which I thought was a brilliant line. But seeing him trying to insinuate himself into the family, but not forcing his way in, trying to be a more fatherly figure, especially to Phoebe, because you don't really see a lot of interactions with him and Trevor. And again, I think Wolfhard kind of got left out in the cold, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But just seeing, because Afterlife turned it into a family story. which it hadn't been before, and some people got pissed off. Oh, it shouldn't be a family story. Well, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But
I mean,
this built a lot more on the world. I mean, seeing the fire station as well in universe as it looked 100 years ago.
Yeah.
In reality, that place was twice as big back in the
Yeah.
early 1900s
Yeah.
before they split it in half. But I do want to see where this goes. Letting Reitman. I know he had a lot of shit going on because I was right after his father died.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So let him maybe have a lot more of a hand in whatever they do with this next one. I mean, for all we know, this could be like the Phoebe trilogy, and then after that, they'll be doing other shit. You never know what's going to happen
Yeah.
with this.
Yes.
I am looking forward to seeing where they take things, because before we didn't really have even a roadmap, and now we kind
Well,
of do.
you know, the concept that they brought about in Rise of the Ghost Lord could have failed. Having a whole new franchise out in San Francisco could have failed. Putting it in a Chinese restaurant like in the other movie could have failed. Or
Mhm.
I'm sorry, this was in a train station, but there is a level
Yeah.
in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
But it worked out really well. It kept the spirit of Ghostbusters, and it brought in Ray as needed, or it brought in a couple of the kids as needed.
Mhm.
So like they can make it work if they work smart enough at it. I just don't know
Mhm.
that they took that time with Frozen Empire because they probably had a fire under their ass from Sony.
Okay.
That would be my guess, like rushing to get
Yeah.
shit done.
And
That's
that
true.
makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Well, as long as Jason's still involved. I mean, I know he was the main reason he didn't do Frozen Empires. He had a different movie he was trying to get completed and processed, and it just
Yeah.
scheduling didn't work out for him.
And he's going to get the best Oscar of the fucking year for that movie. You watch. He'll get
That's-
best director. If he's not nominated for best director, I riot.
Well, wasn't it the Saturday Night Live movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Have you guys seen that one or?
Not yet.
yet.
No, but I've heard nothing but good things about it so far. Like everyone loves it.
I was curious.
Yeah. So, and you got to figure anytime a movie comes out close to Christmas, well, maybe not so much October, but like then there's something gets closer to Christmas, the better off like an Oscars contender it's going to be.
Mhm.
That's true.
So, October's where they get all those funky, fun movies that always get snubbed by the Oscars. Speaking of snubbed by the Oscars,
Still would.
yes. Sydney Sweeney did, like, I heard she did a complete body transformation for her new role, but this is completely fucking awesome. Like, she took this role completely seriously, and she's like, I'm gonna look just like this fighter, and she does.
Yeah.
Christine Martin.
Damn.
Jack, she's gonna look great.
Mm.
And you can actually tell they got her boobs taped. To keep it down a little bit.
Keep it down a fucking a little bit.
Release the hounds.
Now, if I could see that movie in anything, I would watch it in a Viewmaster, because of course the Viewmaster's in 3D.
Mhm.
But they're making a Viewmaster the movie. Like, that's one step beneath movie the movie.
Wasn't that movie 34 or something like that?
I don't know.
They're going to have two screens going on, and
I don't know.
Or
But-
are you actually going to
Or is it going to be the
Viewmaster-
transition between every
Yeah.
scene is going to be the
Yeah.
click, click?
Click, click. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a Viewmaster actually strapped to your face instead of 3D glasses.
That would be cool. Leave my
I just don't
VR
get it.
helmet at home.
Or are they going to treat this like a Jumanji where they look through it and then they get transported into the viewer and they got to jump through the screens?
I would guess so, yes.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
It's like the only legit idea I have
Yeah.
about how to do this movie. But
I'm
as it
just glad
being nothing
people
in
see
relation to it,
Viewmasters.
I'm going to be like, what the fuck are we doing?
yeah.
I'm just a sucker for science toys. So, like, the longer the Viewmaster's around, the happier I am.
So when are we going to get the Microscope movie?
Ooh.
Make my wiener large.
Wasn't that Inner Space?
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, God. I heard about this.
Good night.
It don't matter if you're green or white.
White.
Da, da, da. Woo!
So apparently the actors in Wicked are offended because the poster here, which is an homage to the actual Wicked poster, like the Playbill poster.
Yep.
So like if you know anything about Broadway, this looks natural and normal to you. If you don't, look it up. Like, don't make a joke, look it up. But someone made a meme of this poster that says, "Is your pussy green?" And the actor got like super offended.
Okay.
And went off on how misogynistic it was. And it is truly that. And they went off on racism. And I guess it could be that. And they went off on everything except for whether or not the pussy was actually green.
Answer the question.
Yeah, like get to it. And like she got off on this huge diatribe about it, but this was what it was all about, was this picture here. It wasn't even a real meme. It was just somebody writing on the poster, "Is your pussy green?"
Dark humor.
That's not even a meme.
Welcome to the internet, dumbass.
Yep.
That's all I got to say to her.
That's a meme.
Your balls.
And it's a fan edit. Fans have been editing shit for years. This is nothing new. There's just this lady got all butthurt for like all of her. I don't want to get political. Fucking virtue signaling bullshit that she is. Jesus Christ.
I don't. I don't know. I don't. It is like saying, "Is your balls green or is your butthole green?"
Yeah.
But I
would be like, "No, they're blue." No.
Yeah, like most of the time, like, right? I'm in my 40s. I'm lucky if they're frozen
Purple.
half the time, you know.
Yeah.
Just
got to take them out of your wife's purse. That's all.
Yeah.
The freezer, whatever. But yeah, like I think there was a little too much offense taken here than what was necessary, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like I don't think she was degraded by the stupidity. Again,
no,
this is not creative to me. It's not that funny to me. It's not presented well at all to me. She had no reason to be offended. Like, scroll right or swipe.
You don't
right,
like it? Just keep on moving and just be like, I don't like it. That's just the way it is.
It's stupid. I agree with you, but it's not worth you sounding like you're
Complete
super offended
wacko.
by it. Yeah. So, speaking of complete wackos, one of my favorite complete wackos, Francesca Eastwood, arrested for domestic violence.
Domestic dispute.
There was a dispute. She could crank my nipples and punch me in the jaw any fucking time. I have had a cry.
God, I'm horny.
That's Kevin.
Yeah.
But we don't kink shame here, so.
No. We're about the same age.
For a minute, I thought you were saying, I could be your daddy.
Yeah. No, God. Oh,
no. But I met her stepmom a couple times. She's really nice.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Oh, sadder news. So the director from John Wick really did apparently have to re-edit the ballerina. And I think that is a lot closer to the answer of why we're not going to see it until next summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it really did check out when we said, did this Did this suck as much as everything else that came out this year from Lionsgate? Apparently, yes,
Yep.
but they did not want the John Wick name to get tarnished in any way, so they had to come in and fix that shit.
Yeah, Chad is a high-level executive producer on it, and he obviously got like a finished or a cut or a rough cut.
Mm-hmm.
He probably took one look and he's like, you know what? This ain't okay.
And that's too bad because, golly, like John Wick's the biggest thing that's happened to cinema in a good long time.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's the best thing that's happened to cinema, the most fun movies since like Captain America came out or Iron Man.
Right.
Like when you go to see a John Wick movie, you know you're gonna go have a good time.
Goddamn right. That's when I went and saw
Action-packed.
chapter 4, and I'm like, 3 hours. Whew, this is gonna be rough. 3 hours later, this was awesome, but I'm now tired.
Ooh, ooh, how do you think he felt? He passed out.
Yeah, it really brought back the action movie.
Yeah.
Like it used to be in the 80s. It was action packed all the way through.
Yes.
And then we lost that for a while. And then Matrix was a little bit, but then Wick came out. Man.
It's like, here
Boom.
we go.
Here we go. Finally, action from beginning to end. All you need.
Not
Ahead
a lot
of
of
this,
wire.
I will end up watching Continental Show, though.
Yeah, I thought about watching it. I'm not sure about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got Mel in it. I kind of want to at least give it a shot. So,
Yeah.
I've heard it's pretty mixed. It's not like bad, but it's not good. It's just somewhere in the middle.
Oh, whoops. It'll be. I think it'll be worth watching. I won't be sad that I watched it, but I'm not going to be like, oh snap, that made everything make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, on a sillier note, there's going to be a Prince Charming movie.
Prince Charming.
What?
It's going to be Pedro Pascal.
Oh. Yeah. Damn right it will be. You just watch.
They actually are trying to get Chris Hemsworth, so
that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
My guess is that he's going to be very inept. He's going to be a nepo baby and probably a douche.
And probably bi.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe, but he's probably going to be a big old douche just because, like, it's going to be a Ken. It's going to be Disney's answer to Ken.
Are you going to be Ken enough?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ken enough. Anyway, good news from the Running Man front.
Yep.
So not only did we hear that Josh Brolin said, no, I don't want to be Hal Jordan. I'm going to be in this movie over here. We found out what this movie is. It is The Running Man. And he's not playing one of the gladiators. I'm pretty sure he's playing Killian.
Probably.
Ooh,
Super.
That's a great choice,
excited.
too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I don't think anyone could outdo Richard Dawson. I just lost his name. I don't think anyone could outdo Dawson.
He was awesome.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to being like a greasy, evil asshole, I'm pretty sure Brolin could out Dawson him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Dawson has the "Who loves you and who do you love?" Gives me goosebumps. I love it.
I'm actually pretty excited for this movie to see this.
Yeah.
Like if they were remaking just the movie, like we mentioned this earlier, like it's just another readaptation of the book, and the book and the movie are very different. So if this is closer to the book, hey, that's fine too. I love the movie. That'll never go away for me. So you can remake this, and if it sucks, it sucks. But I'm pretty game for what we're seeing out of this so far.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like I was okay with it. I was curious. Now I'm excited just because I love Josh Brolin. With the exception of Goonies, I could watch anything he's in.
Even Jonah Hex?
I actually saw that at the video store today, or
I don't know.
a book/video store. It was on the shelf, Jonah Hex on DVD for like $2. And I'm like, no, I haven't seen this in a long time. Do I want to grab it? Nah.
That is paying too much for it.
Harsh.
Yeah, and that's Edgar Wright, so it should be pretty good.
Well, speaking of things that could have been good that aren't, apparently.
Dun, 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 dun.
And Jeff, I think I'll defer most of this to you because I think you have a better understanding of what happened than I did. Take it away. Take it away.
Okay, so yeah, Amazon has basically they approved the scripts early on, and they have shot quite a portion of this. It sounds like they're just trashing it because as of about 2 years ago, I want to say, one of the wrestlers, Edge, Adam Copeland, took pictures of not exactly of like the set or anything, but of like his trailer that he was going to be in, and his little chair he was going to be able to sit in that had his name for shooting God of War, and it was going to be centered around the Norse games, so the more recent modern version of the games, and he was going to be playing one of the Norse gods. He finished his production of it a long time ago. I don't know where they were at with actually developing this, so this is pretty telling that, you know what, we're not going to do this story. We don't like what's going on. We're starting over again and putting in different writers. And from all accounts, the scripts were actually pretty good. So what are we doing? It's like we're having another Crystal Lake TV show issue where the scripts are really good. They're ready to either shoot it or they're just about done shooting it, like with this show. They had to have been in a large amount of post-production. Like, I can't believe like where we're at with this, but they're pulling the plug on it. It's I don't know. Like, Amazon killed the Conan show that they were going to do years ago. Yeah. And you know what? You let Ryan Condal go, and what did he do? He gave us fucking House of the Dragon. Regardless of what you think of season 2, like, I think both seasons are great. Second season just had one episode too many, and that was the last episode. But you could have had that kind of show with Conan on Amazon Prime, and they're screwing up shows left and right. Like, I don't understand anybody giving them a chance anymore. I want them to stay away from Stargate. They're going to be doing the Voltron movie. I don't know, man. What we're going to get is probably a piece of shit. They shouldn't even be adapting this anyway.
I want to say I liked Fallout, but I only watched half of it.
Fallout was fine.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. I liked Tick. I really liked the Tick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like their handling of the Tick. That's what makes me not like Amazon Prime.
Well, and they did the same shit to The Expanse. Oh, it got canceled after 3 seasons. We'll give you 2 really good seasons and a terrible 6th season.
Yeah.
So, and people are screaming for a new Stargate. No.
Mm-mm.
No, don't even bother at this rate. If you ain't gonna give it to Brad Wright, fuck it. And they're doing the same thing with this kind of a show. You know, you had a talented staff working on this already. You just decided, no, we're gonna shit can that and start over again. Well, go Rings of Power this shit. You're just gonna ruin this for everybody else. So
you're welcome. I finished that too, by the way.
Oh, you actually watched that one?
Oh yeah, it took quite a bit, but I finished it.
Oh.
Why?
Just gonna do the same sort of shit to this show. So
because I'm just like
you got to respect yourself.
I do, but it keeps me awake. It wakes me up in the morning when I watched it because I'm like watching it again. What the hell? What the hell is this now? It gets me more awake in the morning. I'm ready to go for the day.
Skeeter,
So
you're
instead of coffee, you just go for the rage.
Yeah, I got to keep my rage factor going. I miss it from my day job.
Increase your rage levels.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Retirement does not mean finding something else to hate.
Oh, come on. If that wasn't the case, we wouldn't be here. You know?
Yeah.
None of us. None of us would be here now.
Oh, shit. Oh, what's next? Oh,
Gina. Go, girl.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun. So Gina Carano is, I can't say she's winning her case against Disney, but she's winning steps in that case, getting to her case with Disney. Of course, she was fired for reasons that had nothing to do with her performance on set or anything else.
Yep.
It was just something that she said on her own personal page about her own personal page. Should have been nobody's business. Disney didn't like it. They didn't like her political standpoint, and they fired her for it.
Yep.
So she is fighting back. Why she wants her job back isn't necessarily important. It's the fact that she was wrongfully fired is what she's fighting for. And Disney keeps trying to have the case dismissed and thrown out, but she has a legitimate case against them. So judges are telling them, no, you're not throwing this out. Well, now they want to have that appeal thrown out. So it's like they keep doing this, but it's like they're going to have this case eventually. And I hope she wins.
Yeah.
I don't know about winning. Their whole intent is to get Discovery completed, and that could take a long time. And
yes,
that would mean Disney would have to reveal everything in regards to her termination. Everything, emails, any sort of person named Gina has to be disclosed. Emails, text messages, phone calls, any of that. This is going to be a very bad black eye for Disney.
All I'm saying is look at her record on American Gladiators. Crush was like undefeated in the joust. Do not fuck with Crush. She will fuck you up.
Well, and she was an MMA fighter, and she knows what she's doing. She could fucking wreck shop anywhere.
Yeah.
And I support Gina all the way. So go, girl. And, couldn't have happened to a better company.
The exploitation family.
I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm going to own you, bitch. Not anymore.
Speaking of which,
no. Come on, I just came back and you keep throwing this crap at me. Jeez.
Karate Kid.
This came in just this weekend, a poster and a trailer, which we don't have the trailer for because, of course, we'd get shut down again.
The food shop.
Yeah, so this was released at New York Comic Con. The speculation is that the new Karate Kid is going to be Mr. Miyagi's great-great-grandson, and that LaRusso is going to come in and help him.
Okay.
No.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Quit.
I'm just going to finish up Cobra Kai,
Yeah, just add it to Cobra Kai. Why make a movie about it? Jeez.
Yeah,
well, this
really.
has nothing to do with Cobra Kai or the original, it has nothing to do with Cobra Kai.
They could have blended it in. Easy.
Just make it the Cobra Kai fucking movie, yo. Come on.
No, I'm surprised they're letting him do this while being on Cobra Kai at the same time.
Well, Cobra Kai's ending.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No. Never mind. Got to get back that fucking Karate Kid money.
Yeah.
Anyway. And on a happier note, keep your December 2nd open next year because
I know we are.
Freddy Fazbear is coming back for more, for another slice of your ass.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the first one, but God help me, I want to. Like, I love Matt Lillard, and I'll watch anything he's in.
And Henson Family Puppetry.
Yeah, yes. The animatronics were beautiful in that.
They did great.
They look disgusting, and I love it.
Yeah. I think you like the movie, Kevin.
What's that?
I was saying, give me Willy's Wonderland too.
That too?
Yeah, that needs to happen.
I want that back.
I honestly don't know why they haven't, actually. I thought that did pretty okay, like in
because of
streaming and home video,
It did. It was because of Redbox. The company that owned Redbox, they owned the majority of it. And
that's right.
With their bankruptcy, they own that. So like Universal can't be the ones to be like, you know what, we're going to come out with the new Willy's movie.
Somebody's probably going to have to pay for the rights, and they probably want way too much money for that franchise.
Yep.
At least we got one good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Could be
Anyway,
worse. It could be the Banana Splits movie.
Oh,
I still want to watch that too.
It was okay.
Speaking of a banana split, look at this shit.
wow.
Oh man, Pacino.
Now, Pacino is an older man at this point, so let's
Mhm.
not body shame. Let's not age shame.
Replace
Other
that
than the
phone with an
fact-
apple fritter, he'd probably have a smile on his face.
However, we can age shame the fact that he has a Shrek phone case because his 6-month-old really likes Shrek.
Yeah. 6-month-old.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just admit it, Pacino. You love Shrek. You just love it.
Hey. Okay.
I could have been an ogre.
The played you.
No donkey.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
You want me to take care of that dragon? I'll take care of that dragon.
And donkey sure took care of that dragon.
They had babies. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this week, previously earlier in the summer, there was that fun like 2-week stint where like every day James Gunn was putting out pictures from the Superman set.
Yep.
Like they don't know who was leaking these things, James Gunn, but there was just a bunch of great pictures of, say, even like James Gunn petting a dog that looked just like Crypto. And so we assumed at the time that was Crypto the super dog. It was not. James Gunn posted in Twitter this weekend on Facebook. This image here, and we'll blow it up here in a moment, is Crypto. Crypto is in the movie, but he's not that big, beautiful thoroughbred dog that we saw. He is this little mutt that's inspired by this rescue dog that James rescued just before they started filming Superman.
Yeah.
That came in and completely wrecked his house. This dog was one of 60. It was a hoarding situation, and they rescued the dog. Had no obedience whatsoever, and just like completely wrecked Gunn's house, his shoes, furniture.
Everything.
Yeah. So that is your base of what Crypto the super dog is going to be in this movie. He's not going to be this well-behaved dog. He's going to be a rambunctious mutt that's going to chew your shoes, pull your leg, and also be Kryptonian.
And
ultimately
ultimately heat
be
vision.
a good dog.
Yeah. I am so down for this. Like, I've been hearing haters like shit on this. Like, that's not Crypto. That's stupid. Oh, bitch, shut up. Like, you read a fucking Crypto comic in your time. Go away.
I've heard like all forms of opinions on it, and for the most part, it's like, y'all do realize Crypto's not even going to probably be in this movie for more than 5 minutes at most. Like,
Yes.
take it easy. It's not a Crypto movie. We have League of Super Pets. You know, there's a role for him in this, and I don't know. This makes me smile that we're actually having this in there. But I've heard it on another stream. Like, if you're gonna have Crypto in there, at least go full bore and give him the fucking cape.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that's the last time we see him at the end of the movie. You were a good boy. You helped me in this one particular moment. You've only been in the movie 2 minutes. Here's your cape, buddy, and give him the cape at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. I don't have a problem with this.
I'm excited for it. Like, out of all the characters that they've announced in this movie so far, this is the one I'm actually really excited for.
Well, and it just reminds you, this movie is designed to be about hope.
Yes.
And Superman and Crypto are going to be the two characters in this movie that are about like, hey, there's a lot of bad shit going on, but there's a place for hope and truth, justice, and maybe the American way. So I feel like we're heading in the right direction. I hope the movie's good. I really do.
I don't doubt that it's going to be. I really think it's going to be. Like, you look at the last few Superman movies we've gotten since, like, Superman
So dark and
Returns.
bleak.
Yes, they're all dark and bleak or stupid and miscast. And I don't see that with this movie yet. I don't. And I don't
like Man of Steel. I don't. And I really like Henry Cavill. I think he would have been fine in this role, but
yes.
what we're doing here is fine. So
Henry Cavill is just like Freddie, Jackie. It wasn't Jackie's fault that was a bad movie. It wasn't Henry Cavill's fault that Man of Steel was not Superman, really. Like, he was a good vision of Superman. He played a good Superman. Zack Snyder didn't understand Superman.
No, he didn't.
that is correct.
So, and Snyder fans, you are entitled to enjoy your shit. That movie was made for you. Go enjoy it over there. The rest of the Superman fans want to get back to doing our stuff now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And I think we're getting there. So
we've been waiting since like 1980 something for another good Superman movie.
I have.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't like Brandon Routh's movie. He was great.
Oh, Superman Returns. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
It was just a retelling of the first movie, and it was really bad. Like, it wasn't better than the first movie. That was the problem with it.
Even
like,
though it was technically supposed to be like what, like
it was
in
supposed
canon
to be
with those.
3.
Like Jesus Christ!
It basically ignored 3 and 4.
Yes.
Mhm.
It was supposed to be like a direct sequel to Superman 2.
Yeah. To the point where he even looked just like Christopher Reeve.
I was like,
he acted just like Christopher Reeve.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done really well, except for the plot to the movie. It was just like,
thanks, Singer.
Really? Why?
Dipshit.
Like, I don't
and
know.
Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. I'm sorry, that was fucking terrible.
Oh, I don't know. I liked him. I liked his stupid line of "Let me hear you say it just one more time. Let me hear you say it." Wrong. Superman is gonna stop you.
It's one of the only roles of Kevin Spacey. I was like, I wasn't feeling it.
No.
But that's just my opinion.
The only person I really, really liked in the movie was Brandon Routh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even like the Lois in that movie. Like,
No, she was horrible. She was not Lois Lane.
No.
Yeah.
Lois
lame.
Superboy was not cool.
Nope.
Cal Penn was okay. But I just like him as an actor in general from House.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, what else we got? New Marvel images.
That's actually pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie.
I do like this. You've got Sam Wilson on there as their Captain America. They're trying to mesh the Disney Plus shows, the movies, and the comics in this, kind of the way that they did in Comic Con. And I like it. It works. Except for they've got like Comic Wanda on there instead of Elizabeth Olsen. So I don't care about that so much. But
Did
one
we
thing,
need Red Hulk in that image?
yeah, because that's going to be all popular and stuff. And you've got Cap Shield there. Doesn't matter that it's not really Cap, but you've got Cap Shield there. And the Thunderbolt logo, I guess.
Man, the more you start to look at this, now I'm like, initial quick look, hey, that's cool. The second you start actually studying the logo, it's like, oh.
But I like this.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Herbie. I couldn't remember his name. I'm like, oh yeah, what was
the
that?
fact that they made his face a reel-to-reel deck?
It was cool.
I don't know, that makes my old-timey radio sensibilities happy.
It does. It makes me think of the fucking doctor on Return to Oz, where they're about to give Dorothy the electroshock therapy.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
And he's like, oh, see, there's his eyes and his smile, and you're about to get fucked up. I'm in Owens.
God.
Fuck you.
You're welcome.
What else? Okay, so next in the Marvel news, Iron Man is next to be getting his own animated series. Now,
Oh, God damn it.
before you bust
Disney
a nut,
Junior.
yes, this is a Disney Junior cartoon series. So this is going to be like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And not the cool Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
No, yeah, like it's watchable. Like I could turn it on for my kids and walk away and be like, okay, they're not going to be being damaged or anything. But it's not very smart. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best thing either. It's not Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. It really wasn't.
Right.
So, but again, I'm glad Tony's getting a little bit more spotlight. He's not gone with RDJ.
No, yeah. I mean, it'll be fine. We'll see.
Yeah. What's next? I skipped ahead. Now I got to skip back. Skipping forward again. The Mystery Man from Ironheart is also rumored to be in Agatha All Along.
Mm.
Now, we don't like rumors, but I really did like this picture of what's his name? Borat here.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah. I would not necessarily picture him as Mephisto, but I can't picture anyone as Mephisto.
I agree with you, but now I'm thinking about it more. I could see it happening.
Well, he's in Ironheart, so
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's confirmed that's who he is. So like there's really no getting around it. And the one thing we could all be thankful for is that he's not Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So at the end of the road, he's there. It's not Kang. That's what we could be thankful for.
don't get kanged, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also at the end of the road, the end of Phase 5 road is, of course, the Young Avengers. And this is them.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe they're doing this.
Gotta make that money.
The lack of money, they want to lose that money.
Yes, like the Young Avengers were never all that popular. And Justin, correct me if I'm wrong. I was never a big fan of them. Like when they had their little cameos and shit like that in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, I was bored.
Yep.
Like,
yeah,
it was dumb. I did not care for them in general. This is when instead of being the house of ideas, they started becoming the house of parodies. They would parody their characters pre-existing characters that they already had and come up with a lookalike knockoff. And that wasn't enough. Then they started doing the Spider-Verse where they watered the fuck down out of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not a fan of Hulkling, Hulkette, whatever this one is. Ironheart, Hawkeye, the new Hawkeye, which is now going to be a Native American person.
Yep.
Like, I'm not sure if that's more or less racist, but we'll see.
It's racist.
Racist. So, but Tom Holland, good for him, is doing a personal venture, is doing his part to help battle alcoholism by coming out with a new non-alcoholic beer.
Okay.
So he's alcoholic light. We get it.
Yes.
Yep.
That's all he is.
So, as a smoker, I don't want to smoke something else that tastes like a cigarette. I don't want pot that tastes like a cigarette. I don't want to smoke anything that's not going to make me feel like I just smoked something.
If you want a non-alcoholic beer, just drink water at that rate. Like the flavoring of this stuff, and I've had some of these before, doesn't even taste like a fucking beer. I'm sorry, they just don't. I've had athletic beer. I've had a few of them. they just taste terrible at that point. Just don't drink. Get a
Yeah.
soda. Have a water. I mean, have a
Mhm.
vitamin water instead.
I like Kool-Aid myself, but that's just me.
Oh,
And I'm
you know,
always high, so I
I
can't.
want
judge.
Tang, baby.
they're doing something new up here. I could not believe I saw this. Bush Light. And they're taking those Mio drops and adding it to the beer.
Oh,
I'm like, what? What are
oh
you
my
doing?
god.
That doesn't make
doesn't
any
sound
sense.
fun.
Well, we don't like the taste of beer, but this gives it a better flavor.
Okay.
And why are you getting a beer?
For a minute, I thought you were going to tell me like Spotted Cow or New Glarus Brewing was doing that.
No, they haven't
Now,
done anything like that yet. So
Yeah.
don't jinx it.
Or
I know-
Liney's.
Well, Liney's, that whole
What?
situation.
Can
the
we say
Chippewa
that?
Factory does do the kind of like experimental drinks and that, like the Honey Wise,
Yeah. Berry
all
Wise.
that,
all
very
that.
wise, and that they stick to that. Where who was it that bought the actual Liney's and Liney's Light? Was that Miller? Yeah, Miller bought that if I remember right. So
What's the matter, Kevin?
You can't say limey on air.
You
Liney's,
just said it.
Oh,
Liney.
the Liney's,
Liney.
Liney Kugel.
we're going to offend the British.
Nobody gives a shit. They ain't watching.
I was gonna say, how many British people are watching your show?
Sorry, Seismic. Guys, we know you watch us.
Okay, that's all I had.
Yep. Kevin can't drink beer.
Not right now, no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Can't drink alcohol at all, so
It makes me feel like I got the gout, and I don't. Anyway,
that shit gives me a migraine.
Yeah.
I'm happier when I'm high. But it's less effort to get
Who's
high
not?
than it is drunk.
Mhm.
That's the problem. Like, I drink and I feel full and I like bloat because of all the fucking carbonation and shit like that. I'm just kind of like, eh. And if I wanted to like get drunk right with like a White Russian, like a civilized human being, that's just way too expensive.
Well, you can do the best of both worlds and have a tonic water flavored CBD and THC drink.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not sponsored, but we've had these. This is from a company, Medterra. They got THC and CBD in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
they're
a few of them.
pretty okay. You got to have like about 3 of them before you really feel
Yeah.
something, though.
Yeah, we got a brewery not far. It's like a hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, maybe an hour and 20 away. And they make it. So pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But it does take
we
quite
like
a
'em.
few.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, like when it comes to mixing those things, like I'd said before when we were talking earlier, just don't mix bubbles.
Yep.
That's what's going to give you the tummy ache.
Yeah.
The bubbles.
Thank you, Justin.
My
Too
bong
much
bong.
going on to use my bong bong.
I'm always using my bong bong.
Mhm.
Like I wake up, I'm like, fuck, I'm still alive. All right, let's reach for it.
All right, time to talk about like Spider-Man. What?
4,
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
is?
4. So
Spider-Man
earlier this week.
4.
I liked 3.
Yeah.
I liked 1 and 3. 2 was okay, but 3 was 3 was
2
fun.
kind of was irritating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know if Jake Gyllenhaal helped or hurt that movie.
I like Jake and I liked what he was doing, but I think he could have been playing a different villain.
Yeah.
Way different.
Yeah, Mysterio was I'm not sure that I like what they did with Mysterio in that movie. I guess is really
No.
what
I did
my
not,
problem
yeah.
with it.
No.
That was not Mysterio. Like they did a good job, but Quentin Beck was a different character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but whatevs. He said he has seen a script for Spider-Man 4. He and Zendaya sat down together and read it with the Marvel people, and it really got them lit. verbatim, lit a fire under their ass. There's a couple things that they'd like changed, but they really like it, and they're going ahead with this story, I think. So much so that they announced today that they've got a director for part 4.
This was rumored, but it sounds like this is now finally official.
Yes, I believe this was announced today at the con.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
No rewatchability. Wait, get this up there. What's he saying? Okay, I want to argue that the Raimi movies were a love story that got in the way of my comic book movie. That was my problem with the Raimi movies. I didn't care about Peter and Mary Jane. Like, I love Peter and Mary Jane in the comics. I did not need to see their angst in a movie. Like, at a 2.5-hour movie, I don't need 90 minutes of their angst. That was my problem with Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. But there's Spider-Man 2 is just beautiful movie.
That was pitch perfect.
Yeah.
Very well done.
And I like the very first Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man. The second one was not good, but I don't blame Andrew for that.
No, or Jamie, like that. He was great. They just made him blue. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Sony. It's Sony.
And this is the Shang-Chi director, out by Justin, who is going to be Kang Dynasty. So his schedule got freed up.
So was this like a consolation prize then?
Yeah.
Yes. They owed him money for the what he was gonna
so
do.
Disney's probably paying the paycheck while he does this Sony movie.
Yeah. Hey, good money if you can get it.
Yes, Spider-Man 2 is the most. Yeah, but see that movie was kind of like Meet the Parents for me, where it's like it's again 2.5 hours of watching like just punch after punch after punch to Peter's balls. Like,
yeah, that's true.
How long can you watch this guy get kicked in the balls before you're like, can something good please happen in this movie before I go cut myself?
Ooh.
You know what I'd really like for Spider-Man 4 is a real Spider-Man 4 by Sam Raimi with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And they finally get to do the movie that they really wanted to do for part 3.
With Mysterio?
No, I'm talking about going back to Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Give that a 4th film.
Yeah.
Not the newer trilogy.
I thought his third movie was going to be Mysterio, that Bruce was going to be Mysterio.
Oh, that would have been good.
They were still good. He was still trying to do Sandman and the Lizard.
Yep.
Oh.
And then Sony at the time was like, no, we want Venom in there. We want Venom in there. And he was even saying, like, I'm not a fan of Venom. And if I'm going to do that story arc, that's a 2-movie story arc to set that up properly. So Sam knew full well what was needed to do a Venom story, even though he really didn't want to do one.
Yeah.
He was forced to insert that into part 3, and that's why that became a mess of a movie. And I just don't like who they cast as Topher Grace as like fucking like
worst Venom ever.
That pissed me off.
I was not happy with that either.
It was
because you think Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Always the big jock.
Big dude.
Big dude.
Then they got little Topher Grace, and I'm like, no. Am I in the movie theater watching this, or am I dreaming? No. Yeah, it's real.
God. Yeah, watching the third one in the theater, you could feel the groans when I was like, oh God. Not okay. Anyways.
All right. Oh, speaking of Sony stuff, Kraven the Hunter gets an R rating.
Wow.
Kick ass. Oh, wait, wrong movie.
Oh, I see what you did there. So here's some new pictures of Dave, some kick-ass pictures of Dave. Down on the lower right-hand corner down there is a picture of him and Russell Crowe.
Yep.
Holy crap! It is.
Russell Crowe is like his dad or something in this movie.
But
Huh.
not Zeus.
Yeah.
So when asked, the director said it's not uncommon for the same actor to play multiple characters in the MCU. Yes, bitch, it is uncommon for same actors to play multiple characters in the MCU. That's why they came out with Skrulls in the fucking multiverse. It
Yep.
sucks. They couldn't keep their shit straight.
Yep. When they try and fix things and make them worse.
Just you guys are looking at the wrong universe. That's the answer. Wrong universe. So
Yeah,
Wrong
that's
universe.
Earth 616, so this is
Yeah.
really that. Yeah.
yeah, this is 13. That's 1042. Yeah.
Like I want to see this because I want to see him fight the Rhino. And now that we hear that it's got a hard R rating, I'm guessing the Rhino doesn't wear pants in the final cut. So
So is that his nickname, the Rhino?
the Rhino.
Because the ladies will go see this just the way
Yeah.
he's looking.
Rhino.
Oh, fucking hell.
Sad news for She-Hulk fans. So Miss Maslany will not be starring full-time in the new Star Trek series, but she will be having a role, at least in one episode. So again, not going to be having time to do She-Hulk, guys. I don't know that She-Hulk season 2 is going to be happening.
It's not gonna happen.
Now, my question is she going to be on Orion?
I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't talked too much about the information about that.
I mean, just if they really want to rub it in She-Hulk fans' faces, oh yeah, let's make her green.
Oh my god, if they do that, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'd do that just to be a dick.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I would too.
I'd make her an Andoran.
That'd be cool.
Which one are those?
The blue skin ones with the antenna.
Oh yeah. With the white hair.
That's
Yeah.
what I would do. Me.
Think
That's right.
Jeffrey Combs from Enterprise.
Yes.
Yep.
Shran.
He was actually really good in that role.
Jeffrey Combs is really good in everything.
Yeah, he's good in everything. I mean, how many characters in Star Trek did he play? I can think of 3.
Yeah.
It
on
was
top
like
of my head.
2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, Brunt, Wayoon, and then Shran. Those are the 3 I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, and he was Agamus in Lower Decks. Those
Yeah.
4 are the ones I can think of.
He likes Star Trek. Big shock.
Mhm.
That's why they keep bringing him back.
Yeah, it's a good paycheck for him.
Hell yeah.
Now, I I had a slide to cover it and I didn't, just because it's already out and available to stream. But Lego has a new animated feature out on Disney Plus right now. New Marvel show that she's not in. She's not voicing She-Hulk, but they do She-Hulk really well in the show.
Okay.
Like there's a guy, the main character is not a superhero. He works for damage control. And he's talking to the camera, and she just gets into his face, like hardcore gets into his face about talking to the camera. That's my thing. That is my thing. And
That's fun. That's fun.
And it's it makes it so important that the fourth wall is her thing, that when she's running from something towards the end, she hits the fourth wall and knocks herself out.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
It was so fucking funny.
Oh my god.
So I think it's deconstructed or demolished. Lego Marvel Demolished, I think is what it's called. It's fucking funny. Kevin Smith is the bad guy too.
Jeez.
I was like, holy shit, I know that voice. That's me.
The other you.
Yeah. It's I recognize him from such games as Lego Batman 3.
Yeah.
Nerds. So anyway, again, on to Shulky's boyfriend. Daredevil is confirmed again. Yes, they said it this weekend. It is going to be 9 episodes.
Yep.
We heard that previously at Comic-Con and San Diego Comic-Con. They're repeating it again for New York Comic-Con. However, what they did say at Comic-Con this year, or at this particular Comic-Con, was the release date is going to be March 4th, 2025.
Yep.
Nice.
So they really weren't jiving us. It really is supposed to come out this year. Now, again, we found out from Comic-Con earlier that Agatha. So what Phase 5 was going to be for their TV shows was going to be Agatha and this. And this was finally going to be being put out. And then finally later next year, and this is where we're kind of making the wank noise, was going to be Ironheart. So,
and then the Vision show after that.
Yes. Vision, I don't know. I really want them to fast track that. If Agatha is successful, like I think it is, I'd like them to fast track Vision. Not sacrifice writing by any means, but just kind of put a priority on it.
Okay.
Stop developing other lame shit that's not going to work. Stop trying to figure out how to work Kang.
Oh, that Kang is done. They're not doing anything more with him.
Oh, they're still paying somebody to try to figure out how to write his stupid ass off.
They're just gonna do it in like the first minute or two of the next damn movie. They're gonna be like, and Kang died on his way back home to his home planet.
It'll just be a scrolling text.
Kang was
handwritten on a piece of binder paper.
Turns out he didn't test well, and he beat the shit out of a woman off camera. So,
yep, that too. And my idea would be, if you're gonna go Doctor Doom, just have Doctor Doom eliminate the motherfucker straight up.
Yep.
Agreed.
That way you assert like he dead. There ain't no coming back. Doom took care of him, and he's now in charge.
Yeah, but then you run that risk of Doom being the sympathetic character as well. Like, oh well, he did save us from that. He did fix the multiverse.
Yeah, could be.
Only to enslave it.
That's like Marvel's Wasteland. I listened to all that on podcasts. You know, they're doing the stories of it. And Doom does play like this. You can't tell if he's really becoming a good guy or a bad guy. And it was really good.
Okay.
Marvel Wastelanders. And they explain like how all the villains came and killed all the good guys. And what's happening then, but there are a couple of survivors. Like the first one was Star-Lord's coming back to Earth, and all the Doom bots are coming and attacking his ship. He's like, what the hell's going on here? You know?
Yeah.
And it was him and Rocket, and they're doing that in that storyline where Rocket's dying too. So I was like, it was good though. It was really good. It was a good series. It's a little, well, it's not too long, but it was good. So if you ever want to check out that, that's kind of like that spot where they get eventually to Doctor Doom and how he's kind of becoming a good guy.
Okay.
But
because Doom isn't a good or bad guy. And that was one of the things that Stan Lee always really pressed about him. Like, most of the shit that Doom did wasn't against the law.
in Lithuania, yeah. Or
what
was it?
Latveria.
Yeah.
It's not against the law to want to take over the world. To try, sure. You're sure. But anyway. And then lastly, the last thing I had is just a reminder that it is almost Halloween time, and you guys have like a week and a half left to come up with a really good Halloween marathon. And Chad, you worked on this already, didn't you?
Yeah.
What did you come up with? We didn't get to go over it when you were gone.
Yeah. So like, I mean, my number one horror movie of all time is The Thing.
Yeah.
So you got The Thing, you've got the original Halloween, Evil Dead, I've got it all listed out. I just don't have it fucking memorized.
Yeah.
But um but yeah, that was pretty much like that wasn't like my top 3. I didn't have it in any specific order, but my number 1 movie of all time, horror movie wise, is John Carpenter's The Thing.
Nice. Very nice.
So
Hmm.
I had been doing like a horror movie a night, but that kind of got derailed this week. But I'm going to be getting back on that probably, if not tonight after I get off the stream with you guys, and definitely tomorrow.
The only horror film I think I have watched so far this month is Halloween 2018, and I really need to rectify that quickly.
You watch Blade?
Yeah, and I guess we did go over that. That one is the horror film, isn't it?
You also watch Trick or Treat,
I did watch Trick or Treat.
Yep.
and you're about to watch Blade 2.
Blade 2 is the creature feature. Well, yeah, I guess that has horror element in it.
Yeah, it is more of a creature feature, isn't it? With the Reaper.
Yep.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of gore to it. It was just like you seeing the scary creature, which was still a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of fun.
Yeah.
I love that one. That's a great movie.
Yeah. It wasn't like seeing Pac-Man in part 3 where you're like, oh, that's terrifying. So, but one, I need to bust out Killer Clowns this month. The Exorcist, of course, which very happy to say that The Exorcist VR was remastered for the PS5 and the PSVR 2, and that is on sale this week. So if you have a PSVR 2, highly recommend that. It's basically Legion, so it's part 3. A lot of fun, really scary. They make it darker than the PSVR 1 version. And my wife's like, you have this. Why don't you just finish? Why don't you play that? I'm like, I have a fight to finish and I want it in HD. And then Ernest Scared Stupid. Like everyone always omits that from their Halloween rotation. Ernest Scared Stupid is a legitimately scary movie. Like it really is. For a kid's movie, the troll will fuck you up. It's a Chiodo creation. The rest of the trolls are the Killer Clowns remastered or repurposed rather. It's a fantastic flick for kids. It's a good horror film for kids.
Yeah.
That nobody dies in. And 70-year-old Eartha Kitt shows off her legs, like insisted upon showing off her leg. Like, I still got it, bitches, and I'm 70 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting here at like 40 something. She still does.
Poltergeist, that was on there too.
Oh, goodness, yes.
Original, yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
I have not seen the remake, nor am I going to.
Don't.
It was all right, but not great. Not as good as the original.
No.
It's like when we just talked about Salem's Lot. Well, there's your other horror movie we watched, Kevin.
Okay, yeah. That really was forgettable, though, until the end. Like, it was stupid until the end.
No, I still...
And then you find out that it was really 3 hours long, and they cut it down to an hour and a half. You were like, jeez.
Killer Clowns I watched last week.
There you go.
And then this week I got to watch my all-time favorite monster movie, The Monster Squad.
There you go.
Wolfman's got nards.
Wolfman's got nards.
All my kids grew up when they were growing up. I'd always make them watch it, and that was the saying we always said all the time. So,
right on. There's a great documentary out there. Highly recommend everybody go check out Wolfman Got Nards.
Nards. That's a good one.
I hated that movie as a kid. Like the first time I saw it, like with my friends, I really liked it. And then we got it on VHS, and my brother learned how to use the VCR, and it was play, rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind. It's like, I don't ever want to see this shit again.
Quit being a chicken shit. Jeez.
Fuck you.
Love that part. She's holding Frankenstein. They all go running. Come on, quit being a chicken shit. He's friendly.
The movie is cute. It is a good movie. Like if I could watch
It
it
is.
without that animosity, it's okay.
Yeah.
It like you said, it is a really good horror film for kids because it's those Universal classic monsters. It's them done correctly. It's not like Van Helsing that has the Universal monsters by Universal done poorly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Monster Squad was done respectfully.
Yeah.
Thank you, Decker.
Decker.
What about you, Jeff? What do you got?
I got a couple of things. I'm going to head on over to Twitter and we'll wrap up with some fun trailers. We got 3 of them for everybody, but there's a couple things that Kevin did not nab that I got going on here.
Oh.
And we're going to start with Mr. Andy Serkis voicing Null in Venom: The Last Dance.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
That's...
I'm going to play it.
I will annihilate your world.
It's a very small clip. Apparently, this was released from New York Comic Con, but they actually gave the voice to him. It's definitely looking like this is not Norman Reedus.
No.
He'd be doing this character. Norman's going to be doing something else.
Yeah.
Stance, but great casting. I'm still curious on who they have, if they actually show an actual face during the movie or not. Now, from what like, he's not in the movie all that much, but he's kind of like the specter in the background, like they did with like Thanos.
Yeah.
He's basically going to be like that through this movie. So they're definitely setting him up for something bigger. And it's rumored he's going to be part of the next round of big bads for the Marvel Universe.
I'm hearing he's the bad guy in Spider-Man 4.
That, and that's going to lead to a big world event that goes into the Avengers movies. So very likely he could be part of Secret Wars, I believe.
Yeah.
Not the Doomsday movie, but like Secret Wars. He might be involved with that. I don't know. That's just me speculating. But hey, I think this is good to have this out, and I'm going to be seeing this movie next week. I got a couple days off towards the end of the week, so I'm going to go see this in the theaters. I'm going to have fun.
I might take Hunter to go see it.
Yeah.
I don't think Harley and Zoe would sit and watch this, but I think Hunter and Brandy will enjoy it.
That's true.
The day the Earth blew up.
Yep, the Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up. A Looney Tunes movie has been moved up. It was going to be released later next year, but that's going to be February 28th, 2025. I will probably be seeing this in the theaters. The Alien Invasion in the Looney Tunes? Fuck yeah. Bring it on.
Now, where's our Coyote versus Acme?
Oh, we can't do that no more.
Yeah, Kevin.
No.
You can't give them the toys to play with.
We already hit the delete button.
It's somewhere. It's on a hard drive, probably under like quadruple lock security or whatever.
I don't know. I'm excited that there's new Looney Tunes. Like, Looney Tunes should never go away.
Never. Yeah, and I like the poster here. It totally gives me like a nice vibe. So
now, would I be happier if Tom Ruger was involved with all this stuff instead? Sure.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, that's just because like he was the last person to really draw the Looney Tunes properly.
Yep.
And that was 25 years ago for Tiny Toons.
Let's just say I'll take this over Space Jam.
Yeah.
Well, I mean Space Jam Part 2. I'm sorry.
No, we knew what you meant.
Yep.
I didn't see the first Space Jam.
You ain't missing much.
I hate basketball.
Yeah, sports ball with Talk with Kevin. We know how well that goes. It's if it doesn't involve a hockey puck or a wrestling ring, get the hell out of his house.
I like boxing gloves.
Sure.
Knock you out.
You just want to knock out Dune Messiah so that Chad and I can't go see a fun movie. But that starts shooting in 2026, so they're getting ready to get that pre-production next year. And it sounds like Denise probably getting the script kind of worked out now. Then
Gosh, that'll be a while before we see that. That sucks.
Yeah, that seems like a long time.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
years yet.
I think Denny's finishing up a film project, and then he's going to
Mhm.
be working on this movie. So
Yeah.
I thought he wanted to wait a little bit longer to do Dune Messiah, but sounds like sooner rather than later. Let's just get this done.
Well, he also wants it to be his last picture with it too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's only just doing these 3 Dune movies. He's done after this. He's even said, like, after Dune Messiah, anybody else wants to take over, have at it. So I'm pretty excited for it. Chad, you got any thoughts?
I'm just waiting to, because they never got that far in the original. I mean, because they never went past. I think it was Children of Dune is what they did on sci-fi way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I'm thinking of God Emperor. Okay, no, they did do this one.
Oh, they do God Emperor. Jesus Christ.
God, can you imagine the effects they'd have to do for Leto for that?
Oh my God.
That would be fucking insane. But I'm looking forward to this. This should be good.
Peter, sounds like you're kind of interested in this. I don't remember you being.
Yeah, I read all the books,
Okay.
the originals, and then when the original movie came out, I was like, "Oh, okay, not what I pictured, but it still was good." And then this came out, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is what I pictured." And yeah, I'm excited about it. I didn't get into a lot of the Children of Dune books because there's like 20 different books about it. So it's a lot of reading. And I was like, it's a lot of backstory and how everything came. And I didn't want to go into that. I just wanted to keep with the original because it's his son who continued on the storylines.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like pumped about this as the main series.
Yeah. Because it was his son and I want to say another writer named Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, it was
who worked on those. They did like the Chapter House books.
It was like an understudy, if I remember right. I could be wrong on that totally, but
you mean something like George Martin should have?
God.
Didn't he write one of the X-Files books or something like that?
George R. R. Martin?
No, Kevin Anderson.
Oh.
I know him from somewhere.
I don't even know about that.
Yeah, I don't remember. So I got quite a few of them.
Yeah, there's this. Okay. I believe he did a book with, of all people, Buzz Aldrin a number of years ago.
Interesting.
Encounter with Tiber. I think I read that once. It's a very dense read, especially the stuff that you know that Aldrin himself did because he was going off on a lot of the engineering and the science of space travel. So it was a pretty it was pretty dense trying to get through a lot of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, and one little last Terrifier note. Damien Leone was on Twitter this week. There's no definitive answer at this time regarding how many more films I will make before concluding the Terrifier saga. Personally, I can't see it going further than 1 or 2 more films, but only time will tell. Rest assured, the ending will be epic and terrifying. And based on the first 3, I can't wait.
Could go like the John Wick films, son. Could just keep going.
Hey, I don't have a problem with that. And, you know, if it ultimately gets him to a different sort of gig after he completes his story as he intends, hey, that's fucking awesome. I'm totally down for it. Yeah,
John Wick versus Art the Clown. Ooh. Retirement years.
I was going to say It versus Art the Clown.
Yeah,
there you go.
Well, a lot of people have been making memes about those two, and I'm like, all right, I really got to watch Terrifier just to see what the heck. So that's on next week's schedule too, to get that watch, so I know what the heck seeing the memes are about.
Oh yeah, and it's still going to be in theaters throughout the end of the month.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure about that, and it's actually doing very well at the box office. As you bring that up, I was like, oh, I'll take a quick peek. And it looks like it's going to be getting about another $9.3 million over the weekend. And it's going to bring it over to, 9.5 million. And it would be about a 49% drop from opening weekend, which is not common. Usually there are much steeper drops for horror movies. And it's going to go right past 30 million by the end of Saturday today. So it's looking in good shape for another great weekend. Smile 2 is definitely number 1 this week. I haven't seen the first one. I don't know anything about Smile movies, so
that was pretty good. My wife and I liked it. It was interesting. I'm kind of want to see the second one. Buddy mine's like, you're gonna love it. I'm like, okay. Usually him and I are on the pretty close to the same level movies, so I'm kind of excited. I want to go see that one too.
And that one's looking to be about 23 million this weekend, and it had a small budget too. So
yeah,
nice. Go horror films.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
You know, I'm all about comic book movies. Like, that's what I wanted when I was a kid. They didn't have them when we were kids. They didn't have them until we had kids or we were adults. But I love them. I want those really good comic book movies. But we're not getting them right now. No. So for a horror film to come out and be number 1 on top of a comic book movie that was really expensive to make, a lot of hard work put into it, and here's this just grindhouse horror film that just beat the bag off of it. That's pretty special.
Yeah, you don't really get to see that much.
Yeah. Takes us back to the better days of the 1980s.
Well, speaking of that, let's do some trailers, guys. We got some fun things happening here. Werewolves.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is
you
fucking
are werewolf.
Dope.
Paul.
Bite me.
That looks fun.
I am so fucking there day one. I want to see this shit. I didn't even know about this fucking movie till the trailer dropped a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but it'll be worth my time. Like, werewolves and miniguns, which I could
look at Frank in it. Let's go.
I could already hear Steve Wilson saying, "That's not how that sounds."
Yeah, right.
I know that last werewolf though. I was like, you kind of lost me there. It looks a little too fake.
I could say those are the best werewolves I have seen all fucking week. However,
in a long time. Well, speaking of that, guys, I mean, sounds like we're pretty much game for werewolves. We'll just have to wait and see if it's good or if it's going to be Doomsday or if it's going to be Dog Soldiers.
Oh yeah.
Doomsday does not have werewolves. I'm just saying, like, people went into Doomsday thinking it was going to be awesome, and it was just okay.
Superman wasn't even in it.
Superman wasn't in it. But speaking of wolves, you got Wolfman.
Yeah.
And I messed around with this, so let's see how well this works out for us.
Okay, can I, before you press play,
you go ahead.
I'm just going to say this before this has nothing to do with your editing. This looks like dog shit. Go ahead, press play.
Thanks, Kevin.
Your editing's fine. It's the movie that looks like dog shit.
Dog shit or wolf shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
I'll turn it up low. You guys might have to turn your volume up if you want to hear it.
I got it way up.
Okay.
Nothing.
Can you hear it?
No. Good thing I watched this trailer before we got on.
Let me see if I need to.
I saw it at work and my head kind of fell into my hands. Like, why?
Because they're trying to bring back the classics.
but they're
I mean,
not.
look how well Tom Cruise did with. Oh wait a minute! I forgot we're not supposed to talk about that.
The mammy.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what's going on with audio. You know what? Screw it. We'll just do it off. I don't care.
Fuck 'em.
I will
Yeah.
take care of this other ways. Oh, man. Universal doesn't like trailer reviews, but you know what? I don't care.
Mm.
Their feelings are soft.
This is why you got to watch live, everybody, because when I do the clip later, I'm going to put that other video up instead. So, and that's it. Don't worry.
I'm
Just
sorry.
one more trailer after this.
How
I'm
can you
old.
be yawning? It is 10-1 here.
Come on, pussy.
Yeah, come on.
My job is exhausting in ways that I didn't know a job could be exhausting. I like my job, but it's exhausting in ways that I didn't know I could be exhausted.
All right.
Shattered big time on that old vehicle. I
Oh,
want to let you put a hole through it.
Well, yeah, right? Like, geez Louise.
I want to see it for Ruthie, but I'll wait till it's streaming.
I have no desire to see this movie whatsoever. Like it looks really stupid to me. It doesn't. I don't see a Wolfman. Like I don't know. Are they just calling this Wolfman as a clever title?
Well, it's going to
Like
be
the-
like the Invisible Man movie
Yeah.
that they did,
Yeah.
where it's just basically we're taking the name and doing something completely fucking different with it. And I don't know.
They won't want to show
No.
you till the end, you know, like the classic.
Gaslighting the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Invisible Man had a lot of fans. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the original concept in general, but
Keyword had.
had.
I haven't seen it either, so I can't really like speak much to it other than I understand like they completely did something different with the Invisible Man and
Mhm.
whatever. They made it more a horror movie. It's like, well, yeah, so did Hollow Man, and I like that more.
Mhm.
That's more my speed of what I would want, but I don't know. One day I'll eventually watch it and actually have an opinion on it, but I saw the trailers and I'm like, that doesn't look like it's for me, and I'm just not interested. So, well, what I am interested in, and I think some of you might be as well. Let's go Commando, everybody. Creature Commandos.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yep, we're doing it. If we're doing Universal, we're going to do Warner Brothers and HBO. We're going to get ahead. Whatever.
Flag.
You found yourself in the
You say something, Chad, or
That's Congorilla.
Oh shit.
Gorilla?
I actually don't know like any of these people.
It's not Grog?
No,
No.
that is not Grod. Congorilla
Okay.
was a golden ape.
Ah.
Oh,
See, I wasn't a huge DC guy, but I knew some. But
Yeah.
okay. I gotta just hit pause so we don't at least get the music copyright. But what you guys thinking so far of this?
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about it, but it looks something I'd watch.
Yeah,
A rose by any other name is still the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So is for like DC, like how is this? Is this like original Suicide Squad concept or?
No, Suicide Squad was always getting supervillains putting a bomb in their neck and making them go do
Yeah.
all the wet work. This is Creature Commandos. I know was a title I want to say back in the 70s, but I don't know if they were basically just doing their own version of Monster Squad back then or what they were doing.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, the only characters that I know of course, Flag, Waller,
Yeah.
and then they've got Frankenstein and the Bride. I mean, who doesn't know who they are? And then Dr. Phosphorus. I remember him being a villain. I just don't remember who's villain.
Oh, okay.
I remember Weasel from the movie.
Yeah, me too.
And this is supposed to be within canon of Peacemaker season 2. You said,
Yes.
Yeah.
Not anything else though. Just Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah.
Shit.
This is Rick Flag's dad.
Yeah. Can they get Joel Kinnaman to voice this and have him come back? I know that's not happening. I'm gonna put it there. So
That looks fun.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
down for it.
there's something.
Die, Nazi! He's not a Nazi, GI. Oh, okay.
There we go. David Harbour and Alan Tudyk, Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
Sean Gunn is Weasel again. I know that much.
Jeez.
Who plays Weasel?
Sean. It's gonna be Sean Gunn.
Oh.
He did that in the Suicide Squad too. So.
I didn't know that.
Well, he did. No real words are spoken. It's just
Yeah.
grunts
Just
and
grunts
growls.
and
That's actually one of the funniest parts about the Suicide Squad is like Weasel at the very end of the movie gets up and he's been acting like playing dead for like the whole freaking movie. I didn't want to do this shit. Fuck that.
That movie was so dumb. So dumb. It was fantastic.
I enjoyed it for the fact how they killed Rick Flag. They bitched him out.
Kinda. But the rest of it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty game for Creature Commandos. I know nothing about it, and it looks like right up my alley for some horror in the DC universe of some sort. And they got a good cast, so I'm on board with it. But if it ends up being crap, I'll be the first one to tell you about that. I'm enjoying the shit out of Penguin. Can't say I'm not. So,
I have not heard a single bad thing about Penguin.
No.
The other thing I heard was a couple of the larger actors were complaining that they're like, "Hey, why didn't you pick us? Why'd you put a guy in a fat suit?" You know.
yeah.
The only bad thing I heard about it. Otherwise, everyone's talking about how great it is.
Like,
it's pretty damn good.
the only big person that's ever played the Penguin was Danny DeVito.
Yep.
Ever.
Yeah.
And he still had to wear a fat suit for the role.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really did. He wasn't fat enough.
Like he needed those butt orthotics.
Yep.
Just to answer your question, that is still on the slate, but it's a ways off still, from what I understand. It's probably going to be 2027 when they actually get around to starting pre-production on that.
Fuck, I want it now.
Well, they want to see how well Superman does, and then they'll start talking about the Batman Brave and the Bold, and then the other products that they lined up for like 30 fucking years. So, but Swamp Thing is still being looked at, and Constantine 2 with Keanu, actually.
I really want to see that.
I want my Matt Ryan back.
I would agree with that.
Matt
but
Ryan
what they did with the 2019 Swamp Thing.
No, Matt Ryan was the best Constantine. I agree.
Yes,
and I'd like.
I
to
would
see
just give him the
with
fucking
Swamp Thing.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just give him the fucking movie. Doesn't even have to be in the same universe. It could just be
Nope.
like, nope, the TV show was fine and everything he did before was just fine, but now we're giving him the real official role. In the movies.
What did I just watch that he was in? Harley Quinn. They needed him to find Swamp Thing.
Like every fucking time. Like he's the only one who can find fucking Swamp Thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Zatanna. But
they give Swamp Thing a man bun. It was.
Oh my god.
It was so.
Oh man.
Oh
So-
my god.
It was so
You
gross.
did not just tell me that. Oh my god.
And that's when everybody quit watching the show here.
Yep. Must do viewers. Good job, Kevin.
Good night, everyone.
Well, speaking of good night, everybody, Chad, Skeeter, thank you for joining us. Skeeter, tell everybody where they can find you at and what you're up to.
You can find me on any social media at Skeeter on Sound. Right now, it's going to be my winter season, which will be music bingo, trivia, then bars for karaoke also.
Right on. And Chad?
I'm on Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram. I am at Mr. Peterman.
Right on. Kevin?
We're always at the Suns and Shadows YouTube channel. We're here on Tuesdays with 0 Point Reviews, where we talk about movies that have no reason to be reviewed, but we're going to review them again anyway. Wednesdays, we're here with Nostalgia TV, the Graveyard Shift, a forgotten television series, where we talk about TV series that have been canceled long before their time was due. And then, of course, every Saturday night here at 9 o'clock, we do the Deadwire live stream. We don't.
God, I'm horny.
Yeah.
Please, Kevin, quit inserting that into the stream.
I'm sorry. So horny.
And I am Jeff at Suns and Shadows. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Deadwire Live. We really appreciate having you. Tune in next week on our Saturday. We got a big stream going on. It's our 3-year anniversary, so we would love to have you with us. Please hit the like button down below. Subscribe, and when you do, hit that little bell notification on the way out, and we will see you all on the next one.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah.